Hi, good evening. This is Oshiro, your Japanese language coach. Today, I'd like to share with you about the differences between Japanese and English, which I'm sure will be very useful when you're learning Japanese. Now, first of all, strikingly difference between these two languages is writing system. As you know that Japanese has three scripts: kanji, which is Chinese characters, and hiragana and katakana. These hiragana and katakana are Japanese inventions on the basis of kanji, of Chinese characters. And whereas English has alphabets, as you know, 26 alphabets. Now, alphabets, Japanese has 50 alphabets, including 5 vowel sounds, which are a, e, u, e, o. These are Japanese way of writing a, e, u, e, o, which are very sound, very similar to your uh, Tagalog or Spanish. And the English, as you know, 26 alphabets are only the names. Just because you know these 26 alphabets doesn't necessarily mean that you can pronounce each English word. On the other hand, Japanese, if you know how to read and say hiragana, you can read and say Japanese. Now, but the Japanese ends all with vowels, except the last uh, the alphabet. In other words, Japanese consists of consonant, vowel, consonant, consonants followed by vowels. For example, Nihongo, which means Japanese language, it consists of N, which is consonant, and followed by vowel sound I. So ni, this ni, N consonant, vowel, and next one, ho, H is also consonant, and this O is vowel. N, this is exceptional. And lastly is go, G is a consonant followed by vowel O. And ego, which means English, also consists of E, which is vowel, I, which is vowel, so it doesn't count followed by another vowel sound at all. But the lastly is the G, which is consonant followed by vowel sound of O. And on the other hand, English ends almost with consonants. For example, speak, K is consonant, right? Tell, L, run, N, explain, N, cut, T, come. But in this case, normally when you pronounce it, this E sound is not pronounced. That's why it's considered ends with the consonant. That's why come, M, talk, K, things like this. English does not end with vowel sound. That's a complete difference. As I said, that's why if you know how to read and speak hiragana, you can speak and read Japanese. The next third difference is pronunciation. The Japanese, for example, I go to school. If I say I go to school, 私は学校に行きます。私は学校に行きます。It's flat, monotonous, without many ups and downs. On the other hand, English, you have to stress. I go to school. I go to school. That's why you stress the school. That's why English is called or considered stress language with many ups and downs. Now, next one is sound frequency. Each language has dominant sound frequency range. For example, an audible frequency, sound frequency of human being is about 20 to 20,000 hertz. So in case of Japanese, it's 125 hertz to 1500 hertz. And on the other hand, English, for example, English, American English stands at 750 hertz to 5000 hertz, while British English or Queen's English is 2000 hertz to 12,000 hertz. So that's one of the reasons that the Japanese people cannot understand. They consider, because beyond their, the hearing range, whenever they hear English speaking, somebody speaking English, it sounds like noise to them. That's one of the reasons they cannot understand English at all. Now, fifth reason, the difference is sentence structure. Now, Japanese consists of subject, object, verb. For example, in English, I go to school, subject, verb, object, right? But if I say in Japanese, I to school go. 私は学校へ行きます。私は学校へ行きます。I to school go. You can see the great difference. Go always comes at the end of the sentence. I will cover it later. That's another reason that Japanese people's mind intentions. I don't know whether the Japanese person you're talking to wants to say positively or negatively. You won't be able to understand until the end of that sentence, until he or she says the sentence, complete the sentence. So don't get angry whenever Japanese people start telling you, because you have to be patient in order to understand fully whether he's saying positively or negatively. On the other hand, English is so clear. I go to school. Go, verb always followed by the subject or pronoun. That's why it's easy to understand. Now, next, sixth difference. In Japanese, no pronouns. Pronouns and no particles. Pronouns and particles often dropped in conversation because it is clear from the context. For example, in English, you say, Dad, I go to school now, right? But in Japanese, you can omit this I. So just say, Dad, go to school now. And everybody understands from the context. It is he or the person who's talking. We're going to school now instead of somebody else. Now, seventh difference is Japanese language is very vague. Very vague. That's why, as I said, the verb comes at the end of the sentence. You don't know whether he's saying positively or negatively. So you have to be able to be persevere or have to wait patient for a while until he finishes or she finishes sentence. On the other hand, English is so clear and precise that you'll be able to understand instantly whether he's saying positively or negatively as soon as you hear the first part of that sentence, right? Now, eighth difference is great changes in English pronunciation between writing and conversation, which is another reason that a lot of non English speaking people do not understand when the native speakers speak so fast, because you have to understand syllables and where to stress, intonation, rhythm, linkage, contraction. Now, but compare with the English, but I have to tell you, Japanese also omits a lot of words. We call ellipses. Lots of words cut out daily but understood because from the context, becomes from circumstances where you stand. For example, kino gakko itta. Kino means yesterday. Gakko means school. Itta means went. So yesterday school went, and is everybody understood? You is asking you whether you went to school or not. So of course, the correct meaning or sentence should be, did you go to school yesterday? Another sentence. This is also very awkward, but often used in daily conversation, Japanese conversation. For example, banana tabeta. Banana tabeta means banana. Tabeta means eaten. So did you eat banana? Did you eat the banana on the table I left? Something like that. So everything is understood from the context. So often we cut out a lot of words, pronouns, particles. The tenth difference is the present tense and future tense is almost same in Japanese. So in Japanese, use the present tense to describe the future events. For example, ma'am, I help you in cooking after school. In correct English is that you have to say, I will help you. I will help you in cooking after school. But in Japanese, often we omit will. I mean, we have no ways to express whether I'm saying present tense or future tense. But it is understood from the context, as I said. Lastly, which is very typical, but this is another reason that Japanese people often cannot speak English correctly. And then those non-Japanese or foreigners visiting Japan for the first time won't be able to understand Japanese people speaking English. These are what we call borrowed language or borrowed or loaned words. Now you hear these are expressions being often used in daily Japanese conversation, and please listen to it. And I give you just a couple seconds for you to think about what am I referring to in English. For example, first of all, baby car. It means stroller in English. Strollers. Korabo. It means collaboration. Next, apple. Appointment. Next, apato. Apartment. Next, biru. Beer. Allergy. Allergy. Kareeraise. Curry and rice. Cola. It means Coke. So when you hear the Japanese say cola kudasai, give me cola. Nobody understands. It has to say Coca-Cola or Coke, right? Korokke, which is croquette. It's imported from France. It's borrowed from French. This is one of my favorite dishes. That is that deep fried, small rounded mass of food containing minced meat, either beef or pork, and mashed potato. I'm sure if you try it for the first time, or if you have a chance to come to Japan, or even have tried this, korokke, I'm sure you love it because so good, tastes so good. Next one, consento. Consento. It means outlet. Shiru. It's not seal. Shiru. It means sticker. Shoe cream. This is another Japanese English word that puzzles many Americans who come here for the first time. It means cream puff,スーパー。お母さん、私これからスーパー行ってくるね。Mom, I'm going to super. You understand super? Supermarket. Now that's one of the reasons that a lot of Japanese people think these Japanese English words will be understood in the same way as they speak in their daily conversation when they talk to some English speaking people. But as you have noticed, there's great difference between this Japanese English and real English words. Thank you so much. Bye now.